NFL games that ended in a result that no one was expecting. Back in January 2012, the Pittsburgh Steelers faced the Denver Broncos in the AFC Wild Card game. The Steelers went into the playoffs with a 12-win and 4-loss record and were one of the best teams in the NFL. They had the #1 defense in the entire league and were expected to easily beat the Broncos, who only barely made the playoffs with 8 wins and 8 losses, so most people thought the Steelers would cruise through this first round. But what happened next is something absolutely no one saw coming. You see, Denver was led by Tim Tebow, a quarterback who got a ton of hate from the media for his weird throwing style and how he kept talking about his faith. On top of this, the Broncos were called a fluke by lots of people because even though they had some miracle wins during the season, they came into the playoffs after losing their last 3 games. The Steelers, on the other hand, were struggling with injuries. Their starting quarterback Ben Roethlisberger had a sprained ankle, and their best safety, Ryan Clark, could not even play because of a medical condition that made it dangerous for him in Denver's high altitude. But the way the game started shocked everybody. The thing is, Denver started lighting up the top Steelers defense. In the first half alone, Tim Tebow threw deep passes, including a 51-yard bomb and another for 58 yards to Demaryius Thomas. By halftime, the so-called underdog Broncos were leading 20-6 over the Steelers, and Denver's main wide receiver Eric Decker got knocked out of the game early, but somehow the offense was on fire and the crowd was loving every second. But the Steelers were not done yet. As it turns out, Pittsburgh started to fight back. In the second half, Ben Roethlisberger managed to tie the game at 23, and everything came down to overtime. This was the first time the NFL used new overtime playoff rules, so lots of fans did not know what would happen next. But the very first play of overtime is what turned this game into an NFL legend. What I mean is that on Denver's very first snap of overtime, Tebow faked a handoff, then fired an 80-yard pass to Demaryius Thomas, who took it all the way into the end zone. Game over. The entire stadium exploded. The game finished after only 11 seconds of overtime, which at that point was the fastest finish in playoff history, while the Steelers' #1 defense got completely burned.